Well. Welcome to Happy Wednesday. You're at the intersection.
Hump day.
Yeah, this is Senator Isadore Hall, and
Nikki Flores.
We got a lot to talk about today because a lot of stuff has been going on in the country. And we're going to address that right now. Guess what? We're on Zoe's YouTube.
Yep.
We're taking over his YouTube followers.
Shout out to all Zoe's followers. Thanks for joining us today.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you turn over to the intersection? Follow us at the intersection live on YouTube.
Yep.
Get connected to us there. Lean in.
And Tucker, despite numerous judges saying it's highly unusual to drop the charges against Jussie Smollett without requiring an admission of guilt, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx has declined to discuss the substance of the case. And now, during a rally/press conference at Jesse Jackson's Rainbow Push, Foxx openly wondered if the criticism she faces might have something to do with race. Watch.
I've been asking myself for the last 2 weeks, what is this really about? And as someone who has lived in this city, who came up from the projects of this city to serve as the first African-American woman in this role, it is disheartening to me when we get in these positions that somehow goalposts change.
As Congressman Bobby Rush and activist Jamal Green accused the Chicago Police Union.
Well, there you go. Again, you're at the intersection with Senator Isadore Hall and Nikki Flores.
On DashTalkX.
On DashTalkX. Give us a call, 323-230-4445. Again, 323-230-4445. Yeah, there's a lot of drama going on. Listen, I got an opinion about this Kim Foxx situation. You know, we can always lean on, this is a black issue. You're getting attacked by blacks because you're black and, you know, this, that, and the other. But there's something called accountability to the law. And you can't always lean on the shield, as we say in the fraternity, because, you know, I'm a Q, you know, for all you alphas and sigmas and all them kappas and nonsense out there. You know,
we want y'all to listen to it.
We want you to listen to we always want to lean on that. That is our go-to. But there is something called accountability. There's something called responsibility. There's something called the integrity of the law that all of us, regardless of our color, race, origin, creed, orientation, we have to follow that. You know, and I feel like she is using this as an umbrella to justify the nonsensical act that was taken about a month ago. That's all I got to say.
I mean, you've been going real hard at Miss Kim Foxx over this one particular issue and not really giving any credence to what she's saying. And we all know about Chicago. We know about Chicago's history and what it has going on. So to act like it's not at all an issue, I think, is an oversight. To say that it is the reason is jumping to conclusions. I'm not saying that either. But to act like it has nothing to do with this situation, it's partly why they're going so hard at Jussie. Like, who's the victim out here? Jussie did it to himself. He losing endorsements. He losing, plays. He's supposed to be on Broadway. He lost that gig. Some other gigs he's losing. He's off Empire. Like, he's hurt himself. And I feel like Chicago police is really just embarrassed because so many people came to his aid in his defense. Well, really, they was just embarrassing themselves and embarrassing him. Like, but they took it on themselves so hard. Like, oh, he was talking about Chicago, and they want to go so hard at him because it was in the public eye. And now, in turn, they're going so hard at her because she didn't charge him. And what she's trying to do is even things out. She's trying to go for the violent crimes. In a city that has a lot of crimes, that is often the case, that you don't go for everything that comes across your desk. You have to pick and choose what you fight for. And she's decided that wasn't that serious. And they're like, no, it is that serious. So that's where they're like butting heads. And it's unfortunate that the Chicago's suffering for this, for sure.
Yeah, I disagree with you, first of all.
I know you do.
Because I am not going hard on her. I feel like she's going hard on herself because she's been derelict in her responsibilities as the top cop of Chicago. You know, I am
just because of this one case, though.
Well, you can be derelicting responsibilities on multiple cases. I'm speaking specifically from this one. Now, when we go to the next clip, you're going to hear where she was doing text messages and nonsense saying, oh, thank you for finding 7,500 other instances in your press release. That's a good idea. I didn't know that. You know, so in fact, let's just go there. Let's just go to that clip. Let's go to clip 1A.
Washed up celeb who lied to cops. Well, some new text messages revealing that is what Chicago's top prosecutor called actor Jussie Smollett before her office dropped all charges against him. Todd Piper joins us now live with some new questions surrounding Kim Foxx's recusal from the case. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Heather. Not one.
Yeah, so this is some, by the way, for all of you tuning in, you're at the intersection. We've taken over Zoe Williams' YouTube channel. Follow us, link in with us on our YouTube channel at the Intersection Live. I'm Senator Isadore Hall.
I'm Nikki Flores. Thanks for joining us.
And give us a call. You're listening to DashTalkX. So we're dealing on this Kim Foxx washed up celeb deal, right? And so to your point, Nikki, you were just saying, well, can you prosecute everything? Now, she called him a washed up celebrity in text messages to her other attorneys in the office. And she was saying, oh, he has 16 clips. He has 16 felony counts. I feel like that it was overcharged. How can we do him with 16 felony counts? And then she mentioned R. Kelly in the text message. Say, here you have a pedophile with 4 counts and only him.
4 victims, 10 counts in comparison to no victims and 16 counts, which is a good argument for her office.
That is a lie, because there are victims. We're the victims of this. Chicagoans are victims of this.
The victims are an idea. The victims are this idea that now when somebody comes forward and they say there's a hate crime against them, people won't believe them because of what Jussie Smollett did. And that hasn't happened yet.
Well, we don't know that. And we also don't know. And let's look. We are the country is a victim of this nonsense.
No, because it was brought to our attention and blown up because of who he is, for sure.
Well, she said that she did not want to prosecute him. She said he is guilty. She said he lied to the cops. She said all this, but shouldn't there have at least been some type of misdemeanor down charge on this?
I mean, he had to give up his money. I mean,
that ain't nothing. $10,000. Shouldn't there be some? Shouldn't there? It certainly isn't nothing to him.
But she also said that she's supposed to have recused herself from this case.
Right.
Yeah, she was definitely still involved in it.
Right. So she was lying to the people. She gave a false statement. She was lying to the people. She told the people that I'm recusing myself, and she's caught all up in these doggone text messages, talking to people, telling them how to navigate it, all this other kind of stuff. And now she's saying that people don't have a reason to be upset at her because she said she recused herself. And in fact, she didn't. She was still involved. And now she's saying, listen, the Chicago Police Department, yes, to your point, they have their issues. But at the same time, when you're wrong, you just got to fall on the sword and say, I was wrong. You know, if
you're required to by law, and he wasn't, so.
I don't.
He ain't got to incriminate himself. So, that's how our law works here in America.
So I'm
mad that it's working for him like that. It works for other people like that all the time. All the time. People get off on things, on violent crimes.
I'm not saying
he's getting off on something easy and people are mad.
I'm not mad at him for getting off. What I'm mad at him about, is that he did something that divided our country further, and he used false crimes to try to gain attention and to fall upon the heartstrings and pull up on the heartstrings of black people and people in the LGBT community and senior citizens and individuals who have suffered for years with during slavery and the descendants with nooses and carrying on. And he wanted to play that role, okay? And that's what I'm pissed off about, because it ain't right. And yes, there should be some type of penalty of some sort. $10,000 to him who makes about $250,000, $300,000 an episode, okay, for the last 6 years. $10,000.
Well, the law don't work based on your income.
Well, that's why I say $10,000 is minuscule in comparison to what
and
we're
people
talking
who have
about.
no money get the same type.
So let me ask. Okay, so let me just ask you this before we move on. Okay, You think he should get off?
I think he did get off. I'm talking about the facts. What happened is it happened. So everybody should just get over it is what I'm saying.
So you're saying
I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying they're going a little too hard. Everybody's wasting a little bit too much time on Jussie Smollett when he doesn't even have a career right now.
He does.
He's ended his own thing. He ended himself. He did that to himself.
So you think
he's his own victim? There ain't victims. And for her to not prosecute it is what a lot of people do in huge cities where there's a lot to deal with. Like up north, I get in an accident, I can call the police. They're going to come to the scene. Out here, I get in an accident. They're not, because of the volume, because of all the other crimes that's going on.
So
that's just how the situation goes.
But they were already committed to it. They've already invested $150,000 into it with many deputies or whatever. And so...
you mean the overtime that they're trying to get paid?
I'm not with you today. I'm not.
We never see eye to eye on this. It's just not that big of a deal.
Because it is a big of a deal. But people like you and others who want to fall on this, oh, he gets away with it, so what? White people get away with it all the time. That's nonsense. We have to have a sense of transparency and accountability. Those are the things I'm talking about. Transparency, accountability, so forth and so on and so on. So, by the way, you're listening to The Intersection. I'm Senator Isadore Hall and Nicole Flores right here. Follow us at The Intersection Live on YouTube. You're listening to DashTalkX, and we're taking over Zoe's YouTube.
This is The Intersection on DashTalkX
with Senator Isadore Hall and Nikki Flores.
Absolutely, they are. People here at Georgetown are waking up to the fact that a solid majority of students are willing to pay. Talked to some students here early this morning, and they say they believe it's a moral obligation.
We needed to affect change in the university. We've all benefited from the sales of these slaves previously, and I think that we have a duty now to show our responsibility in the fact that we did benefit from them.
Georgetown's endowment is over $1.5 billion, but in 1838, the school, deep in debt, sold 272 slaves to stay open. In 2016, the university's president apologized.
We will seek forgiveness for our participation in the institution of slavery.
An institution that left this institution divided. Now students here have voted to pay an additional $27.20 each semester that would benefit the descendants of those 272 slaves.
Georgetown students just need to recognize how much other people have sacrificed in order for them to be where they are.
But opponents like freshman Henry Dye argue the effort to unchain Georgetown's past takes liberty from today's students. You say it's a slap in the face at liberty.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
I don't believe we should morally impose our values on other students.
And the conversation isn't only taking place at Georgetown.
I believe it's time to start the national
Well, slavery wasn't a choice either. So maybe these reparations ain't going to be a choice.
Right.
I'm just saying.
God dog it.
Leave it up to these Georgetown students, though. Shout out to them. I mean, so lovely of the president to give an apology in 2016 and say they were going to we're going to work so hard to just earn your... What do you do? What have you done to work so hard to it? The students let's give them some money. Let's send them to Georgetown. There's students now who are going to Georgetown based on this fund that has been put together by, what's the guy's name? Richard Cellini, founder of the Georgetown Memory Project. Shout out to him, who is a Republican. Also.
Yeah, by the way.
But also it just has raised money to identify these descendants of these 272 slaves that were sold in 1838. And benefited Georgetown. And now they got this $1.6 billion?
$1.6 billion.
They got the cash.
Yeah, they got the coin.
It's the students, they're saying, well, we should put that on ourselves. As students who are benefiting from this institution, we're going to pay for that. And it's not in law or anything like that. But
$27?
To increase in all tuition, in every undergraduate's tuition, new students. And that's going to go to this fund. It's just a little tax. But it's symbolic.
But we paid all kind of taxes, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, hello, knock knock. Is this thing on? We paid all kind of taxes in this nonsense, and $27 is not nothing. It's nothing. Mm-hmm. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so, did you catch that? But it's nothing, and we have to. I'm glad that we are having the reparations conversations, not just in our universities, but nationally right now.
For sure.
I'm saying this, and I just, we're going to have people that's going to hate me for this too. I'm going to get some dirty inbox messages as always, and people, saying bad things. The Nikki likes.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Nikki's got this whole fan base out there that's like, I hate you, Isadore.
Whatever.
I love Nikki. I hate you, Isadore.
Whatever. Give us a call, Nikki Likes, 323-230-4445.
You got Zoe's like, is you good? I love Nikki. but we still haven't received our 40 acres and a mule.
Where are they at?
Where are they? You know what I'm saying? And so $27 for a few people, whatever it is, whatever they got to pay to help and benefit a few, let them pay it.
There's thousands of descendants still living from those 272 individuals who were sold.
I'm with it. I honestly believe that there should be a fund set up.
Should have been.
Right. I think it's the righteous thing to do. Shout out to them that are involved, that are moving this forward. I think other universities should take hold. And even though if they don't have descendants there, they should be able to donate the money to the descendants of slaves.
That would be a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, this isn't going into Georgetown's law immediately, or it's not like a part of their policy. And the president's, they saying all kinds of flowery things like they were saying in the apology, like, we're taking it into consideration. So we'll see if anything actually happens. But it's nice that the students are leading that charge, because that's going to put pressure on the school.
It's always the students, though, right?
It's got to be.
Just a quick fact, too, that per semester they'll raise $49,113.
Boom.
Per semester.
Okay, so 50K.
50 great. That's good.
You're listening to The Intersection with Senator Isadore Hall and Nikki Flores on DashTalkX.
I'm moving out of sober house in just a few days, It'll be Wendy on her own.
Wendy Williams breaks her silence after filing for divorce from Kevin Hunter last week. The talk show host spoke out on her show Monday, reflecting on the motto behind her Hot Topics segment, "Their business is our business."
It's so crazy because now my business is your business. It's kind of funny. Turnabout's a fair game. I get it.
Williams, who recently revealed she's living in a sober house, said she had a, quote, really good weekend with 6 of her friends, 2 of whom are her sponsors.
I've been dealing with issues with addiction, alcoholism, and I have a whole new life that I plan for myself and my son. And believe me, when you lay in a room with no TV and 4 gray walls all day and no telephone at your already, and you lay there and you think about your life, this is my life at the sober house. It's one of the best things, honestly, that could have ever happened to me.
The 54-year-old, who has been open about her past addiction to cocaine, said being candid about her struggles on the show has been important to her recovery.
You wear a different mask when you're out here. Everybody has, including you, whether you're a secretary or a school teacher or whatever, everybody has things in their life that they are embarrassed to share with the world. And addressing my sobriety, my addiction head on, has really helped me sort out every single compartment of my life. I have a commitment to me and my son.
Well, thank God. Wendy Williams trying to get it together. She didn't really talk too much on Kevin Hunter, but she filed for divorce. Finally. Finally, because from what all the rumors have been saying, this situation with him and this other woman and this baby have been happening for a really long time. It's probably what was driving her to the sober house. He's her manager as well. So it's just like he's been in control of her just too much.
All the legs.
And being able to do whatever he wants. And it's also the father of her child. So I think that's why a lot of reason why she doesn't talk about him for sure and, dog him out. She's got a son with the same name.
Right.
So there's that. But I'm just glad that she's getting some sort of distance. I hope it's real. And I hope this change in her life, this major change in her life, doesn't, you know, drive her back down into the to the
I agree
abyss.
with you. I mean, I have friends and contemporaries that are basically like, well, you know, and that's the same thing she just says. Like, yeah, I get it, you know, fair game, you know, because she
got to be able to laugh at it.
I mean, she has to be.
Hard.
She goes hard on everyone every day. And, you know, and it's one of those things where you say, don't throw a rock in a glass house. You know what I'm saying? And she's been throwing a lot of rocks.
A lot of them.
You know, and
it's been deflection. I mean, the entire time, there's also been domestic abuse, you know, rumors that people have been like, no, it's real. Like, and she has been dodging that the whole time by talking about other people's domestic abuse, other people's relationships and sobriety.
Yeah.
So yeah, she better be able to laugh at it.
You remember a couple of months ago, she passed out on stage and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And there was rumors then that, you know, she was having a relapse and all this other kind of stuff. And now it's all coming to fore. You know, and I it's entertainment what she's doing, right? And she's dragging people, but it's entertainment. And entertainment that the folks that she's dragging, they're entertainers. It's free game, just like me as a politician.
Business that they put out there.
Yeah, I'm free game, you know. And so, but this is personal too for her,
for sure.
And she's a human being.
Her whole life.
It's her whole life, and I don't want to see any person, a woman especially, but anyone, you know, drug like this and embarrassed to have a man that's taken advantage of her, you know, being seen out with another woman on vacation, buying rings, having babies. And this woman has to come to work every day and act like everything is okay.
Right.
You know, it's a sad situation, and it's a sad man that would put a woman through that. Now,
he ain't a man.
I don't think so. You know, and he
gets no love from me.
Now, you know, he's still trying to get back in because he just released a clip, a statement that says, no matter what the outcome is or what the future holds, we're still the Hunter family, and I will continue to work with and fully support my wife in this business and through any other obstacles that she may face living with her life in the sobriety and everything. So.
Any other obstacles he might create.
That he created? You think he didn't create the damn obstacles? Excuse me, I'm sorry, I cursed.
Also, that's his gravy train.
You know,
and
right.
all of that, every time they had some issue and they would come out with some statement and it would be, we're supporting Wendy and all of this. Like, get out of here. You ain't supporting Wendy. Wendy's supporting you.
With straight up. I mean, he wouldn't be who he is if there was not a Wendy Williams. And so, you know, I hope, here's my hope. I hope that she gets her life together. I hope that she comes out bigger and stronger. I hope she kicks him to the curb. You know,
he's already getting fired as her manager.
Good.
So that's a start.
Good.
File for divorce.
Good.
You know, it ain't done yet, but it's a start.
And who was that on that did this on was it Whoopi?
Miss Seeley.
Miss Seeley. You know?
Everything bad you know, gonna be done to you, Kevin Hunter.
In that order.
After an 11-year wait, a fall from grace and 4 back surgeries, Tiger Woods won his 15th major today. There were raucous celebrations around the 18th green in Augusta as the 43-year-old, written off by so many, punched the air in delight, a wide smile across his face before celebrating with his children at the back of the green. It's been described as one of the greatest sporting comebacks of all time. From Augusta, Andy, an extraordinary achievement, especially in the context of everything that's happened in his life over the past decade.
Yeah, so there you go.
Tiger Woods, y'all.
Tiger Woods is back.
He's back.
You know, people... Wait, Banks, what are you talking about? Why are you over there shaking your head?
It was just the weekend. It was just the weekend.
Yeah, nah.
You are such a hater. You're a hater.
I'm not, but the person who betted on Tiger Woods made a lot of
$1 million.
You know, so congrats, but nah.
I don't know why you wouldn't bet on Tiger.
Why would you bet on Tiger?
I'm just nah.
He was in a slump.
You see what he...
He was
8
in
years,
a slump.
10 years.
But did he come out of that? Who else does that? He's clearly the best golfer in the world.
If Tiger Woods start winning championships, everybody needs to start hiding their wife again.
He don't go for wives. He don't even go for wives. He didn't go for his own. Okay? Hide your Hooters waitresses and prostitutes and porn stars. That's who he was after.
He's loose. He's feeling free again. Better watch out.
Well, he's not married no more. He's free to do what he wants. He's free to do what he wants.
Well, no, after she took a golf club to his mouth in the driveway.
I'm saying Tiger did his time. Can we take him off punishment yet?
Yeah,
I feel
I'm for
like
that.
Can we take? He's doing his job.
All right,
his job is golf.
You got me.
He did
Let's
that.
just see the next
He got the
tournament.
jacket.
Let's see if he makes the qualifying round.
Man,
At least.
I'm with it.
Let's
I'm
see.
with it.
I hope so.
Hey, look, they said this dude paid this young man bet $81,000 on him, and he walked away with $1 million some odd dollars from one bet. That's pretty cool, man. I'm rooting for Tiger. I want Tiger to come.
Wait, he bet 81,000?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He bet 81,000 on him and then he won, walked away. His prize was $1 million some odd dollars. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty dope. I mean, that's $81,000 bet he could have lost, but he walked away. He walked away with $1 million. You know what I mean?
So faith.
That's faith. So
I like bank. You have faith in this man.
Wait a minute. The bank don't have faith in the 81,000 and the William. The bank. What's up with it? That's an oxymoron, I think, somewhat.
We're gonna have to have a little studio pool next time around.
So hey, listen, you guys we're talking to Zoe's YouTube audience today. Thank you for listening to us today. Make sure you follow us on The Intersection Live on YouTube. You're listening to Dash Talk X. Give us a call, 323-230-4445. I'm Senator Isadore Hall.
I'm Nikki Flores.
Soulja Boy might be having the worst week ever. He is already in jail. We told you he got locked up last week, and now he is the victim in a massive burglary at his house. I say massive because they made off with more than $600,000 worth of cash and jewelry. Law enforcement tells us a caretaker at Soulja Boy's house, someone who's there because he's in jail, called on Monday night to say that the house had been hit, and turns out the burglars made off with $500,000 worth of chains, jewelry, luxury watches, and then also took $100,000 out of his safe, cleaned him out. Now, the only good news for Soulja, these aren't the brightest criminals in the world. They went on Instagram Live, not just on Instagram Live, they went on Soulja's account and went on his Instagram Live bragging about stealing all of his stuff.
Now, that's not the only thing that these alleged suspects did with Soulja Boy's phone. They were also hitting up his celebrity friends and other artists in the industry, telling them to feature these guys on their new music and their Instagram pages. It's pretty crazy. The worst part about this, Soulja has no idea because that dude's stuck in jail.
And there you go. Can it get any crazier than this? Can it get any crazier than this?
Damn.
Can it get any crazier than this?
How are his robbers stupider than him?
I mean,
that's what I'm triggered off of.
Can it get any worse?
Oh, man.
Can it get any worse?
Oh, okay.
Can it get any worse? Unpack this. Unpack this.
In cash and jewelry, the caretaker wasn't taking care of nothing.
Right.
Not nothing.
And
how'd they get in his safe?
They opened the safe.
And got like 100,000 out of there? That's just cash.
They opened the
Sounds
safe.
like it might be an inside job. I don't know.
Inside job.
It's straight up inside job.
If I was the caretaker, I would just be like, why are you guys on IG Live?
Come on.
It was too late. It was too late. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. I'm gonna say that.
Come on. Okay. So out of the mouths of babes come wisdom, right? What do you say about that, Elijah? What do you say about that? Come on, you gotta lean in on this one. What do you say? Hey, by the way, this is Zoe's son, y'all. Come on, what do you say? Inside job?
Yeah.
That's the right answer, boy.
I mean, come on, right?
Yeah,
I'm not tripping about the inside job. I'm not tripping about the burglary. I'm just tripping about them going
the
on
Instagram
IG Live.
Oh, that's real ignorance right there.
Who's snitching on themselves like that?
Come on,
so many people snitch on themselves on Facebook Live and Instagram and all that.
You take the phone.
They think nobody's watching.
Just get what you get and move on.
And move on. Be out.
They was like, hey, now that I got this, I'm new Soulja Boy. Feature me on your album. Like, what? Get out of here. Also, we know who you are now, stupid.
But it says that the 5 men reported reached out to his famous friends and claiming to be his signees onto his label.
Yeah.
Now, who's going?
They done left the trail.
Come on, man.
So they're wearing his jewelry and stuff. Why, and then talking about, this is my music too. What? Really?
They wearing his jewelry. They took $100K out of they.
We signed to his new label.
I got his jewelry on though, y'all. Look,
see this SOMDG right here, baby.
Talking about I just got this $100,000.
They got $100,000 cash.
You see this new Ferrari? A Ferrari right there.
They got $100,000 cash over $500,000 in jewelry. They stole the Instagram account with his phone.
Took his phone
while he's in jail, right? And then hitting up the artists, his celebrity artist friends, and talking about I'm his client, whatever. But here's the real deal. I mean, I just want to know who opened the safe. I want to go back to that.
The caretaker opened that safe.
Caretaker. He's the only one who has the access to the codes to the house. If you're taking care of the house, you have to have access to every code to the house just in case of an emergency.
Right.
Also, you need armed security.
Come on.
Soulja Boy.
Right.
I don't know what caretaker you left there, but he don't love you like that.
Happens in the valley.
Okay. Inside job, right?
Yes.
Inside job.
Yes.
Inside job.
Of course.
Inside job.
It's unanimous.
It's unanimous. It's an inside job.
Every celebrity burglary is an inside job.
Oh, God. You feel that way?
Somebody asked for something and that person said no and he got upset.
Inside job. I feel sorry for Soulja Boy though because he's in jail. They say, I'm sure he knows now, but they say that he did not even know that these activities were taking place, that someone burglarized his house. I say Soulja Boy needs to fire his entire handle or whatever handlers he had and reboot, I guess. I don't
think he got too many handlers how he be acting, but yeah, fire the whole team.
They after you, Soulja.
You're listening to The Intersection with Senator Isadore Hall and Nikki Flores on DashTalkX.
DashTalkX.
Tonight, America on track for its worst measles outbreak in 25 years. 90 more cases in just 1 week. Public health officials doing all they can to urge Americans to vaccinate their children, offering free clinics, declaring states of emergency.
This anti-vax movement has proven to be very dangerous.
Officials are fighting the persistent but widely debunked myths circulating on social media, falsely linking vaccines to everything from seizures to autism. Not far from the epicenter of the nation's largest outbreak in the New York region, nurse Melody Butler is trying to convince anxious parents.
I know how susceptible people can be. Hi, my name is Melody Butler.
She knows because she herself was once afraid of getting the flu vaccine when she was pregnant with her third child.
The things you had initially seen online, they seem legit.
They did. And even as a nurse, I was taken for a ride by them.
We need everyone to become a vaccine champion.
She's now on a mission to fight the myths, founding Nurses Who Vaccinate.
Number one myth is autism.
Yes.
What is the argument they make and what's the counter argument?
So the argument they make is that the vaccines given at 1 year age cause autism, but we have so much evidence showing that autism signs and symptoms can actually be present from birth.
And there's no link to vaccinations?
Absolutely not.
Some parents worry even if vaccines don't cause autism, they have too many chemicals.
What I usually tell them is I inform them there's more aluminum present in breast milk than there is in the vaccine your child's going to get.
One nurse trying to spread the truth and save lives.
I work with mothers who've lost their children to vaccine-preventable diseases. I'm doing everything I can to prevent another family.
Yeah, this is a bunch of malarkey.
Man, this is rough. Because it's unfortunate, especially with this measles outbreak in New York.
Yep.
But I think the worst part of it, is the social part of it, because this movement, this anti-vax movement, really plays on fears of, I mean, I'm black, so I come from descendants who have been tested on by the government and such. So it plays on these fears of government testing, of big pharmaceutical companies that don't care about us, which is true. But at the same time, you got to protect yourself from some of these diseases. Yes. It may not sign you, so sign up for all of them. But measles, how is this making a comeback? The plague next? Like, let's get it together, y'all. And if not, then y'all got to move somewhere and be together.
In that order.
Okay, you can't be trying to sue the government talking about I want to send my anti-vax kids with the measles to school, and what's the big deal? You know the deal. You already know the big deal. Measles is the big deal. So get out of here. It's unfortunate though, because it's so convoluted and all the information is just.
It's unreal because I voted about 2-3 years ago in the California state legislature. This vaccination bill. I think it was Senator Pan, Richard Pan, from the Northern California area proposed this bill. Senator Pan from Northern California, Senator Ben Allen from the Santa Monica area brought together legislation to mandate vaccinations in schools and public institutions. And it was these anti-vaxxers that from the rich areas of Los Angeles that lives up in the hills and on the west side, beach side, and a lot of other organizations. And I'm just going to put it like that because I don't want, any drama, from friends or whatnot. You had organizations. Okay. Can I leave it there? Influencers that was coming out saying that, this is going to be detrimental to your health, that, the government is putting stuff in our bodies to create autism and all this other kind of stuff, la, 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 la. And that it was wrong for the state to mandate public education, to mandate school districts to be held accountable for vaccinations, so forth and so on. It was a lot of drama, right? And so I was a supporter of vaccinations, mandated vaccination. And I can't tell you the scrutiny, the ridicule, the letters, the phone calls, the hate mail that I received, that my staff received, the people coming to our offices trying to protest, trying to recall us for voting for mandatory vaccinations. Now, when I was in elementary school, I was vaccinated. It was a requirement, right? And there is a law that says, and we passed a law that basically said, if the doctor says that you're at risk of something, he could give you a write-off, basically saying you don't have to be vaccinated, right? And the problem with this is that if we had no vaccinations in our schools, then a child is ill. That child now exposes all the other children to that illness, and it would become, in fact, an epidemic of some sort. I have a problem with that. And so it's the rich folks in the rich communities that are basically saying we'll homeschool our children without vaccinations, we'll homeschool our children. But even those individuals exposed to other children will place those other children at harm's risk. And it's the same thing that we're seeing in New York. They're saying we have issues right here in Orange County right now. That's widespread. People getting sick because they're not vaccinated, and that's a problem.
People fly in and out of New York all the time. Right. Somebody just flew from New York to Michigan, didn't know he had the measles. Gave it to like 40 people there. I mean, New York is the Big Apple. People gonna be flying in and out all the time, so it can't just stay there.
It's not
like
contained.
This is definitely going to spread. What I really wish would happen is, because of the public interest and the public confusion on this issue, I really wish there could be some studies that the government could just fund, some studies for some scientists to come to lay it on the table to address concerns that both sides have, and just like let people know here's the deal. Because all it is it's still opinions, a lot of opinions, and then facts that can be turned to look like they fit this opinion. Right. It's just so confusing for people. I feel really bad for parents trying to make that decision, feeling like, well, maybe I shouldn't, or maybe, like feeling like they shouldn't, or they should, and just being really like wrapped up in it, in this like major fear. And I don't think that they're going to give your kids autism, but
it oftentimes happens.
And I also think autism is overdiagnosed, and so is ADHD. But
yes, it's oftentimes though it's the lower socioeconomic communities, the uneducated, not uneducated in terms of not being educated. I'm talking about uncollege degreed, that don't necessarily understand how to do the research, are always held victim to this because they believe what the elite say. They're going to believe what the elite say because the elite have the money and the resources to spread a message that they of control, and they will believe that, and as a result, oftentimes even more harmed and victimized. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. It is what it is. What you say, Bank? You have something on that?
I'm good. I'll just stay away from you.
I don't want no measles.
Give us a call. Give us your opinion. 323-230-4445. You listen to The Intersection on DashTalkX.
You're listening to The Intersection with Senator Isadore Hall and Nikki Flores on DashTalkX.
Attorney General William Barr plans to release a redacted version of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russia report on Thursday. A Justice Department spokeswoman said both Congress and the public will see the nearly 400-page report on that day. The announcement ends the guessing game surrounding the release, but it likely sets up a new battle between Barr and Democratic lawmakers who want to see the full unredacted report.
You mean the unredacted report?
Barr has insisted on redacting parts of the report related to grand jury testimony and intelligence gathering.
I've already explained the information that's going to be redacted from the report.
Last month, Barr sent Congress a 4-page summary of the report's primary conclusions, including the determination that the Trump campaign had not conspired with Russia in the 2016 race.
They found no collusion whatsoever with Russia.
Trump, who said he had not seen the report, portrayed Barr's summary as a, quote, total exoneration. But according to Barr's letter, Mueller's report did not exonerate Trump on the question of obstruction of justice. Barr said Mueller gave evidence on both sides of the question, but Barr decided Trump's actions did not merit charges of obstruction. The Mueller probe was launched by Trump appointee Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein.
Zoe Williams, we taking over your YouTube. Thanks for joining us, all of Zoe's followers.
Yeah.
This is The Intersection. We are live on DashTalkX, and you can follow us on YouTube as well on our own channel, The Intersection Live. Okay, the Mueller report.
The Mueller report.
Is we ever gonna get it?
No, because he's So first of all, listen. I believe in. I'm a person that believes in the law, the rule of law, right? And so me being a lawmaker, me having law enforcement experience, I'm just that kind of guy. So the Congress normally decides on the redaction of reports.
Hello? They acting like they don't know what's
They did it in the Nixon, they did it in the Clinton trial, they did it in the Watergate, all that stuff, right? So this is the first time that the AG has said, you know what, Congress, you can't do your job. Let me do your job for you. I'm going to redact what I need to redact. And by the way, you can't even see what
Right.
That's a bunch of nonsense.
He's playing games, and he is just all Team Trump all the way.
He's
clearly
hired to do Trump's bidding for him. And this is an embarrassment. He wrote that Trump was exonerated. The Mueller report said, no, this is no vindication. You weren't exonerated. It was an
exoneration with the quote that said it wasn't an exoneration.
Like, what in the hell is going on here? I mean, I don't understand what's going on here. And then you have Trump saying, hey, the guy at the AG is the best AG in the world, only because he's covering his back for him at the risk of losing the trust of the American people. That's my opinion. I'm just saying. And, I love my Republican friends and I know they're going to chime in, but it is what it is. I think it is important. For Congress to do their job. I think Mueller, the AG Barr should allow that report to move forward to the Congress without redactions. Allow Congress to do their job, redact what needs to be redacted before it's given to the public.
I mean, we knew that it was going to not come to the public without any redactions.
Of course.
It makes no sense for Congress to get a redacted. That's what they're in the position for. And checks and balances. They're really trying to get rid of checks and balances. Like, that's not a real thing in the government anymore. And we need that, especially on this president.
But you heard what is the girl's name? Sarah Sanders, Neil. Sarah Saunders is the girl's name. Yeah. You hear? Did you hear what she said? I'll try to find that. She said that Congress was not smart enough to be able to redact anything because they're not educated. She said Congress is not smart enough to be able to know what to redact and what not to redact. They're not educated enough to be able to do that. I'm sorry. How in the hell do you know that Congress is not able or smart enough to know what to redact and also to look at Trump's taxes, by the way? She said Congress is not smart enough to be able to do that.
That's what Congress been doing. We got a live call.
I don't know. Go ahead. Hi, you're at the intersection. Thanks for calling in.
Hello, my name is Marquise. I'm calling from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Shreveport. My family's from Shreveport.
Welcome.
What's going on?
I'm nothing much. Just chilling, man. I was trying to figure out what is it. I heard about studies, wishing there was more studies and stuff like that. I was trying to figure out what is it that the studies that the Nation of Islam has that they feel like, I guess that you're such a traitor or something that you did something. Like what is up with that right there? Like, what studies do they have that's like proving that all these sicknesses and stuff is like autism and things are happening? Like where are they getting their studies from?
Well, thank you. What's your name again, brother?
Marquise.
Marquise, thanks for calling in. So, yeah, I didn't call any names. I didn't say anything, but it was the Nation involved, and it was the Church of Scientology that was also involved. And they were involved in trying to give information, educate the community on vaccinations. They have the right to give their opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. And they gave their side, their perspective, and then the legislature and scientists. So it was a pro-con type of communication in the California state legislature. By the way, and that's fair, and it's the right thing to do. You need to hear all sides and all perspectives. Done.
But if you're looking to look into that, you should do that. We don't know the sources personally. I know I don't. We don't have the sources of those.
Right.
And thanks for calling, Marquise.
Thanks for calling.
Hey, it's The Intersection. You are with Senator Isadore Hall and Nikki Flores. What's your question or your comment?
Whoa, that was loud.
Hey, this is The Intersection. Hey, caller.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Oh God, it's actually my first time calling you guys. So.
Oh, thanks for calling. We got a new caller here. Welcome to The Intersection.
Okay, now you're speaking about the Mueller report, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the standard that white people live on, it's not the same as blacks. Blacks can complain about anything that white people do, but if the standard is not set by the blacks, you guys can complain, so he's doing this. They're never going to impeach that thing.
You're talking about Trump?
Yeah. They can't.
I don't know what the Mueller report has to do with being black and white, because that's affecting all Americans for sure.
What's your point?
No, but whatever comes out of the report, they created all this talk and
we're losing you.
Call us back when you get a better connection, man.
Yeah.
Love to hear your thought on that.
So is it just that, you can't mix apples and oranges. Mueller report has nothing to do with being black and white. Well, we lost a caller. Call us back, 323-230-4445, 323-230-4445. The Mueller report has nothing to do with being black and white. This is justice. That's what this is. This is equality. This is equality. This is justice. This is being transparent.
Besides the fact that all kinds of white people was complaining about everything Obama did, so if we want to really compare,
they want to turn this into an Obama situation.
This ain't a race thing. All the presidents been white,
right?
So we're just not supposed to talk about the presidents.
Well, you want to talk about the president? Let's do this.
The White House insists a proposal to send asylum seekers to so-called sanctuary cities is not an attempt at political revenge. Well, President Trump revived the idea on Friday after White House officials said it had been killed. Democrats and other critics argue that moving migrants to states, counties, and cities that do not cooperate with immigration officials would be cruel and illegal. Paula Reed is at the White House. Paula, good morning. Some people say the president's even doing this to distract from the Mueller report.
Yeah, see, there you go.
He's such an embarrassment.
Now you have this situation By the way, shout out to Zoe's listeners out there and viewers. Thank you for letting us hijack today. We love you, Zoe. Thanks for letting us hijack
the takeover.
The takeover. Make sure you follow us at The Intersection Live on the YouTube and also on Instagram, Isadore Hall, at Isadore Hall, and Facebook at Isadore Hall. Okay, so this situation here is serious because now he's saying, you know what, screw it. We're going to go to all the sanctuary cities and drop all these folks off there, which, by the way, I hear is illegal. Mm-hmm. It's illegal. And he basically told his secretary over the department and said, hey, do whatever you got to do. If it's illegal, don't worry about it. I'm going to pardon you.
Right. He did all of that.
The president is telling someone to do something illegal, and I will pardon you for dropping these individuals.
Or basically didn't say it because you know how he talking code. Right. Said something like, if you got to do something illegal or, whatever you got to do to get it done, legal or not, I got your pardon.
Right.
He's the worst. Who talks about people like that? Oh, well, if you want them so bad, you take them. Like, these are real people. These are real people fleeing horrible situations. Yes. And, honestly, I think what most of the response has been from these asylum, these sanctuary cities is fine.
It is fine.
Fine. Send them then.
Yeah.
That's what we're about. That's what we're talking about.
We'll take care of them. We'll take care of This is what America's about, right?
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, we take care of people who are running for help.
Didn't he see the Statue of Liberty?
Man,
come on.
Well, he didn't know that was the Statue of Liberty, Nikki. Come on. Jesus Christ. He doesn't even know how to sing the national anthem. Let alone know what the damn Statue of Liberty is. Give me a break. Have you ever heard him sing or recite the national anthem? No. You know why? Because he can't.
He can't follow a conversation.
Give me a break.
No.
So this is a terrible situation. You need to call your representatives and make sure you voice your concern on this. Go online, find out who your representatives are. Make sure you voice your concern. This is something that's not going away. And I believe, by the way, he's only bringing this back up because he wants this to be a campaign issue because he knows this is a push button, trigger button issue.
Yeah. It's not even something that, like you were saying, it's supposedly, they already looked into it. Right. It was illegal. Like his own team pushed back on him for this. Right. Like, this is going to look really bad. Right. And once it got out, he was like, I meant to say that. I meant for y'all to know so that we can stir up this hate again.
It's a push button issue. It's a push button issue. Make sure you call your representatives about this.
So Senator Bernie Sanders says his millionaire status does not represent the American dream. The 2020 Democratic presidential candidate released his tax returns from the past decade, revealing his wealth. Other candidates like Beto O'Rourke and Senators Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, and Kirsten Gillibrand have also released their tax returns.
However, Senator Kamala Harris.
So, what you say, Nikki?
What?
He said $1 million. He's a millionaire, but does not reflect the American dream. So I think I love the idea of presidential candidates helping, the community. Wouldn't it be nice if because he's all about, paying for everything or whatnot, wouldn't it be nice if he just donated like half of his wealth to college education and stuff like that? I mean, wouldn't it be nice if he did that?
Sure it would. Half his wealth. $1 million ain't that much money.
No, wait, I don't care. $27 is helping with reparations. Okay.
And you don't, did you look at the tax returns? Did it have his charity write-offs on there? Did you check that out? Because they're available. You can go check that out before you say that he hasn't done those things.
We got a call.
We got a caller. Hey, it's The Intersection. Hey, caller.
Hey, what's good?
Hi, what's your name?
Yeah, I to tell my little 2 cents about Bernie Sanders, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
My opinion, man, I think he's a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a fake. He's a clout chaser. You know what I'm saying? he just says whatever. He says whatever you want to hear, he'll say it. You know what I'm saying? He'll say it in the most politically correct way. All those people like that, they're phony. They don't deserve your vote. They don't deserve your attention.
You think it's too good to be true, everything he's saying?
I mean, this dude said that he marched with Dr. Martin Luther King. Right. Dr. Martin Luther King said, we coming to get our check. They killed him for it.
Right.
But you ask him about reparations specifically for black people.
And he doesn't answer.
cameras off.
Yeah, he doesn't answer.
That's for sure a political answer. He's doing that to not alienate anybody. He thinks that's going to be divisive, but we do want our money.
Yeah, he didn't want to answer. You're right, brother. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Houston right now. My name is Chaz.
Yeah, thanks, Chaz. Thanks so much, Chaz. Yeah, Chaz is absolutely right. You know, he did not answer the questions. And you had other candidates, you know, that they did answer the question. He was actually Dawson. You know, it is what it is, you know. So, hey, listen, thanks for calling. You're at The Intersection. I'm Senator Isadore Hall.
I'm Nikki Flores.
You're listening to The Intersection on DashTalkX, and follow us at The Intersection Live on YouTube.
Shout out to Zoe's Facebook.
And shout out to Zoe's Facebook followers and YouTube followers. We love you. We'll see you this time, same time, next time. Until then, be nice to people.